Yep, I'm one of those strange fellers who actually likes to start on time.
Hey, what is that supposed to mean?
Hello.
I have no idea. You tell me what it means, Jedi Bill.
A Jedi is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Of course. The Jedi shows up exactly when he's supposed to.
That's right.
Well, I choose to show up when I say I'm going to, and so there.
Yeah, After Dark with us.
And thank you for being here, Gap After Dark, and thank you, Nina Green, for being a panelist. The StreamYard is linked or pinned to the top, so anybody who has chronic pain problems and wants to talk about it is willing to come up. They don't have to show themselves on camera. I just happen to have my camera on this time because, well, people actually wonder if I look like my avatar. I actually do look like my avatar, so. Except my avatar isn't smoking. Which avatar? Oh, I'm using the wrong avatar anyway, aren't I? Hold on, let me fix that.
Yes, that's for your cooking shows.
There, see? I do look exactly like my avatar.
Drunken philosopher.
But I thought to myself, I said, you worked hard today. And it did. It took you 8 hours to put down 6 layers of tile. But it was totally worth it.
Yes.
It was totally worth it. Although my fingers are still covered in sticky glue. I'm going to be doing this all night, trying to get all the glue off my fingers. But yeah, I decided to go with vinyl tile because it's a lot lighter than porcelain. And my kitchen floor took 3 days to rebound from all the weight that was on it. There were 5 layers of flooring.
Wow.
My gosh.
In the kitchen. Yeah, it took me 2 weeks to get rid of all the old flooring. And it's taken me about a week and a half so far to lay down new flooring. So tomorrow I will be done laying down all the new flooring. And hopefully I have enough tiles and enough, well, I don't have enough glue. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons I stopped. So, I'm down to like one more row worth of glue. And so I stopped. Figured just let that dry and scrape the rubberized glue off of the trowel tomorrow when I finish laying down the other 3 sets of tile.
That's
going
good.
out to the wall. Yeah, the worst part is that I have to cut tile for under the kitchen counters or cabinets, I should say, under the cabinets and along 2 of the walls. So that's not going to be fun at all.
No.
But hey, at least it's vinyl tile. I don't need an actual, tile saw. Although I have one in the garage. It's been snowing here for like a month. So I can't actually get to my shed. So one of the factors that made me lead to vinyl tile instead of porcelain is the fact that I couldn't get to my tile saw. So this is a pain stream. What's been going on in your life, Nina? We'll start with Nina.
Let me see.
Remember, on this stream, you can talk about anything and you can choose not to talk about anything.
Oh, I know that.
All up to you.
Besides my degenerative spinal palsy disc, now I have a bad foot. I dropped some dog food on it.
Oh my.
Yeah. It
So
was
you've got
frozen.
the arthritis in the spine, and now what? They didn't say you broke your foot though, did they? Or
I
have you
never
gone to the
got it
doctor for it?
x-rayed. I didn't get an x-ray.
You haven't gone to get it X-rayed.
No, it bruised pretty good. And then within a few days, the bruising was gone. The pain's still there every now and
Oh
then.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Probably a deep bone bruise, but yeah, it would have been better if you had gone and gotten it X-rayed.
Well, like I put the dog food, the frozen dog food, mind you, and it was very frozen, into a bag.
So it's like
bag
a
ripped.
frozen brick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dog food's not light, so yeah.
It was just a little package for Brady, and so it was frozen.
Well, still, a frozen brick falling on your foot can cause some serious trauma. So
Yes, it can cause a lot of pain.
God, even my cigarette is sticking to my fingers. I should have wore
Yeah.
gloves while I was putting the glue down, but just can't stand wearing gloves while I'm working. Can't stand it.
Do you have any paint remover, nail remover?
Oh, it'll be fine. It really is just latex glue is all it is, so it'll come off.
I know about laying tile. That's no fun.
Yeah, well, that's again one of the reasons I went with vinyl instead of porcelain. That way, I don't have to worry about mixing the mastic and getting that laid down and doing huge runnels of mastic to lay the tile down. With vinyl, it's just basically glue.
Yeah.
It really is. You're literally just gluing the tiles down. I
Yep.
did go with the industrial tile instead of the ones where you peel the paper back off of it and you stick it down. I went with the industrial style, so I had to actually buy glue
Yeah.
to go and stick the vinyl down. But I think it looks really good so far. The 3/4 of the kitchen I've gotten done so far. I can't wait to start cutting all the tiles I need to go around the perimeter of the kitchen. Yay. That may take me a couple of days, actually.
Yes, it might. A few days. Did Richard get a hold of you?
Yeah, he did call me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I should be emailing my lawyer right now, but that's all right. No worries. Tomorrow is a whole nother day. Today we're talking about Painstream.
Yes, we are.
I know we don't have that many people watching right now. If you're out there, share. If you want to come on the panel and talk about your chronic pain, you're welcome to, obviously. That's the whole reason we're on here is I know I keep talking about the work that I do around the house, remodeling stuff.
Well, what else can we talk about our pain? Well, yes, we all have. And even Bill has pain, don't you, Bill?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But we're not talking me, the pain in your head.
I don't see why not. I mean, that's the whole point in a pain stream is so you can talk about it if you need to. If you don't want to and you just want to joke around and have fun, that's fine too. Okay, so here I am hosting a stream. Thank you, Jenna Bill, for setting that up for me. I appreciate it. Here I am hosting a stream going, yeah, I'm in chronic pain and I'm remodeling my kitchen. Yeah. So when I say that it took me weeks to get here to this point where I'm finally putting down the new vinyl tile, yes, it took me weeks because I actually had to go down and repair the subfloor and put down anti-squeak stuff. It drives me absolutely crazy when I walk through my house and my floors are squeaking. But it took me weeks, right? You hire a professional contractor and they could do that job in like 2 or 3 days.
I'm wrong.
Say again?
Right and wrong. The one that Nora hired to put down the subfloor and the wood floor, it took him over a week. I think it took 2 weeks.
Okay. That's, well, as long as it looks good and it doesn't
Oh, yes.
get all crazy and stuff. Although I suspect he was probably drawing out his hourly, um, labor charges. That's what I suspect. But I don't know. I don't know the contractor. I don't know his history or anything like that. But a floor like the one I'm doing in my own kitchen, it should only take a professional contractor a few days. So even though it's taken me several weeks, that's because I work for about a half hour and then I go sit down and I throw my legs up and I drink a beer and then I go back into the kitchen and I keep working. Okay. And the thing is that I get to work all through the day and night because it's my house and my renter is often off on his own job sites. And so I don't have to worry about waking people up at 10 o'clock at night while I'm bashing through floorboards trying to get down to the subfloor. But that's the thing is I can work for about 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And then I need to take an hour break.
Then you need some wine.
Well, I did actually stop drinking wine. It exacerbates whatever's going on in my abdomen.
Oh.
I have an appointment with a gastroenterologist on the 27th of next month. So we'll see what happens. He may actually be able to find something that others didn't. But yeah, with the mass growing just above my stomach, I'm kind of a little bit concerned about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's been there for, good God, has it actually been 2 years? It has been 2 years, hasn't it?
Yep.
Oof. Egad. With it having been there for 2 years and it hasn't actually gotten any larger. Yeah, exactly. I switched from wine to beer. Believe it or not, beer goes through my stomach better than wine does. Although I do indulge in a bottle of wine here and there every once in a while. So I appreciate that, Resolute Germ, for keeping up with Mr. CCDV's drinking. Although I will probably take a shot of whiskey. I'll turn the camera off before I do that, though. I need to go and get a new toilet valve, as a matter of fact, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the pipes froze, something went wrong with my toilet. So I need to go get a new toilet valve for that. Here's the thing, I talk about how long it takes me to do things and the things that I can do and the things that I can't do. I actually hired a plumber to come in and take the recirculation pump off of my water heater because I don't work on pressure vessels. Pressure vessel is anything that has pressure in it. To be honest with you, I don't work on pressure vessels. I'll repair a truck. I'll repair a car. I will build a wall in my front yard. I will remodel my kitchen, but I will not touch a water heater. That is not my job. Although I can, and I probably would if I had to replace it. But since it was just taking a piece off of it and rerunning the piping, I hired somebody else to do that. There's just no way I'm going to touch a pressure vessel. If there's a chance that something will explode in my face, I'll hire someone else to do it.
Yeah.
That may seem rude. It may seem wrong, but it doesn't matter that I don't have a kitchen floor. It matters that I have a face. And so if something's wrong with my water heater, I'm going to call a plumber to fix it. If something's wrong with the frozen pipes underneath the house, I'll crawl underneath the house and fix that, of course. But it is what it is.
Yep.
So you have something new going on. Do you want me to talk about myself first, or do you want to go ahead and start the show?
We can start the show.
Well, we've already started the show. I was just asking, do you want me to talk about my medical problems first, or do you want to go with yours?
Oh, you can start with yours.
Okay. All right. Well, since the last time we had a pain stream, it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yes, it has very long.
It has been a very long time. I developed diabetes. I know I don't look like it, right? Young and handsome as I am. However, it was uncontrolled for about a year. And I've been working with a pharmacist at the Veterans Hospital. And since I've been working with her, I've gotten my numbers under control. So I'm averaging about 120 on the blood glucose. So that's a good thing. My blood pressure is also under control now as well. I'm averaging about 127 over 88 or 89. 127 over 80 something, which is good for a middle-aged man. So yeah, that's taken care of. So the medications are working as far as controlling the other symptoms. Unfortunately, because of the nerve damage in my spine and my brain, my legs are still asleep. And oh God, if you've ever had neuropathy, you know what it's like to have ants crawling all over your skin all day and every day. But if you've never had neuropathy, if you only ever fell asleep on your arm in the wrong position, and then you woke up and your arm was tingling, okay, that's what my legs feel like all day, every day. And it is exhausting. Absolutely, it's exhausting. It's a horrible experience to wake up to. It's a horrible experience to live with all day long, and it's a horrible experience to try and fall asleep to. And so I take sleepy pills at night. Thank you, Ladonis. I appreciate that. That's fantastic. Yeah, getting the other conditions under control is helping me understand where I'm at with the multiple sclerosis. And unfortunately, I do believe at this point that there are lesions in my brain. Now, I have been a drinker, a very heavy drinker for the last 5 years. Prior to that, 5 years. Good Lord. It's been 7 years now. Well, there's your problem. I have been a heavy drinker for about 7 years. So a lot of people associate my blackouts and things with drinking, and it is associated with my drinking, but it wasn't the case a year ago at the same time a year ago. So I know that the disease is progressing, and but based on the fact that I basically can't move my right foot. I wear an ankle brace along with high top boots so that it doesn't look like I can't move my right foot. For some reason, I'm still vain, I guess is the right way to put it. I'm still vain. I don't want people to not know that I have difficulty walking. But that's a personal choice, I guess. Like maybe I shouldn't be too vain. Maybe I should start carrying my canes with me, but whatever. It is what it is, you know. And so I choose to act the way I do, and I choose to have fun instead of sitting here wallowing and going, woe is me all the time. I just choose not to do that. And yes, I am chain smoking because I finished my work for the day and I'm not going to work again till tomorrow. So I'm going to continue to chain smoke if I feel like it.
Mhm.
So, what else do we have going on? I mean, we're talking about chronic pain, or we can talk about pop culture or something like that if you want to.
Mm. What else is going on? Oh, I have a nice trailer. Love it.
Well, that's right. You guys recently moved.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a mobile home. It's a
Yeah.
mobile home.
So, the walls were wood. The floor was wood. My sister texted me and said, walls are wood, floors are wood, too much wood. I agreed. She said, what about white walls? I said, that's fine, perfect.
Oh my.
And so we have white walls that are beautiful.
Well, that's
Easy
good.
to
Real, yeah.
I hope
Dirt
you have enough
and
pictures
smudges.
and things, framed photos and stuff like that you can put on the walls.
Well, I have my dragon from Loki. I love that dragon.
All right. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I personally, I can't stand white walls. This house was, it looked like a paint bomb went off in this house when I bought it, and everything was painted white. Everything. You're talking cabinets. You're talking walls. Ceiling is still painted white, which is fine, of course. But the wood slats that go across the ceiling are still painted white as well. And I've been, intending to get to that. That's one of the projects I'm going to get to eventually. Is getting those wood slats across the ceiling unwhited.
There you go.
But
Uh,
I've been going through systematically and just painting things other colors because I just can't stand the plain eggshell white that comes in a rental. It's like, okay, I bought this house. This is my house. This is not a rental. I'm not going to live with eggshell white on the walls.
well, the kitchen is not all white. The kitchen has like a wood grain, a light wood grain.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice color. I went with a more reddish cherry color on my cabinets. Of course, I had to strip all the paint off of them first. That took a couple of months all by itself, just stripping the cabinets and drawers, replacing the hardware, etc.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do everything in this house with cash, and so it takes me months to do something in this house.
Yeah, I believe it.
But it's worth it. I mean, I work slow, but I think I work well. I lined up the tiles in the kitchen with the grain of the wood floor in the living room, so they don't. If you walk into a house, right, or if you've ever walked into a house where they have a certain type of flooring in the living room, and for instance, you walk into a bathroom and the flooring is just a little bit off, just by a couple of degrees. It's barely noticeable, but your brain notices it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I spent most of this morning doing, is lining up the tiles in the kitchen so that they match the wood floor in the living room. So that took me a while, just lining those up, because you need to cut the tiles along the wall so that they match.
Yes.
And so that took me a while. And so now that I'm finally getting the big tiles down, it's not nearly as much of a big deal.
Yeah. That's good.
That's right, Resolute Germ. It is keeping me busy, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing.
Very good thing.
It's all stuff that I've been wanting to do for a long time. When I first came to the house to look at it before I bought it, the first thing I was like, okay, this kitchen needs to be redone. Because I'm a cook. Okay? I love cooking. So I spend a lot of my time in the kitchen. And so that was the very first thing I wanted to do. Instead of doing that, I went through and expanded the doorways so they were all 36 inches. So when I become wheelchair bound, I'll still be able to get through the house. But that was the first thing I wanted to do, was actually rebuild the kitchen. So now it is 3 years later, and I'm finally getting to the kitchen. Hey, at least I'm finally getting to the kitchen.
Yep. Then what are you going to get to?
Expand the wall leading into the dining room and then replace the stairs going upstairs. That's going to be the hardest part. I haven't decided if I'm going to use 6-foot stringers for the stairs, in which I have to buy all new stringers. I imagine the people who built the second floor and put in that staircase just did what they had to do to get the job done. So definitely not putting anything bad on anybody who owned this house before I did. Just saying, it's not quite up to code now. So yeah, I have to replace that, and I'm thinking I'll do 6-foot stringers with 4x4 uprights between each 6-foot stringer. But that'll take me a while as well. And as long as I've got somebody living upstairs, I can't actually do it unless I have all the materials, and I can do it in a weekend. Or a week, I should say. In a week. So that'll be fun. Yay. As far as upstairs is concerned, well, I painted one bedroom, and the other bedroom is already rented out, so I don't have to worry about that bedroom right now. Just try and keep the bathroom from falling apart. Have to replace the shower upstairs. But that's all in the future.
Yep.
Tomorrow I go to the store and get some more glue so I can finish the kitchen tiles. And then use some of the flooring I recovered from the kitchen in order to finish the entrance way to the house. It's called a foyer, by the way. I'm not French, but apparently that's how it's pronounced.
Yes.
But yeah, so the foyer the flooring needs to be redone. I used 1x3s when I first did it because I didn't have enough of the original flooring from the house in order to do the foyer. So I used 1x3s and they weren't quite wide enough, so there's a bunch of gaps. So I recovered enough of the flooring, the original flooring from the kitchen when I took it all the way down to the subfloor. So I do have enough flooring left over to redo the front entrance of the house. That'll be good.
That's good.
Yeah, well, it'll be fun moving all that stuff.
Yes.
Hopefully the snow melts at some point and I can actually take that wood outside so I can actually figure out what I'm supposed to do in the living room front entrance area. But yeah, pretty happy about that.
So are you happy that you're getting snow and it's nice and
Oh,
cold?
absolutely. We haven't had snow like this in like 20 years. This is
Yeah.
the wettest winter we've had in a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it. Yeah.
Same here. So, but I like the rain.
Well, we've been on for 30 minutes ish.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like anybody else really
I
wants to
shared
come
it
up
out.
and chit chat. So I'm okay with that. There's nothing wrong with being on live for 30 minutes and just chit chatting about stuff. But I thought, well, again, it's been a long time since I've done a chronic pain stream, and I used to do them Thursday afternoons. So it makes perfect sense that nobody was expecting it, and nobody
It's
was.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah,
Monday.
exactly. So
Got a
no
case
worries.
over
We can
Mondays.
end this one now and say our goodbyes, and
It's up to you, man.
see what happens later on this week. Or actually, since I'm all done in the kitchen for today, I'll probably go on to somebody else's live stream or just hang out or be a troll or whatever.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, Nina?
Don't think so. I think I said everything.
All right. Right on. We can do this again next week. We'll probably have to pick a better time zone or time for it. But
I could say something.
Oh, go ahead, Jedi Bill.
I'm getting quite excited. Getting closer and closer to a niche number of views over. That's now lifetime views on the overall of all my content on my channel. So,
all right.
I'm peaking closer to 1 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. That is pretty darn good. I'm really proud of you, man. You put a lot of work into your channel too. It was totally worth it. You definitely deserve.
I just want to get to that million views. It's just quite an accomplishment. Yeah, thank you.
Right on.
Resolute
right
Jim.
on.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations in advance. I know you're going to get there.
Yeah, I'm like 30,000 away.
Right on. Right on. And what, March 23rd? I want to say reserved March 23rd. It's the 20th anniversary of us invading Iraq. I want to say March 23rd. I should check that and make sure that I'm right.
Yes, you
Grounded
should.
invasion Iraq.
I remember it starting in March.
Iraq.
I was driving for Swift Transportation.
The air war started on the 19th. We went in on the 20th. Okay. All right. So March 20th, I'm reserving that date for patriotic stream. I know
Okay.
a lot of people disagreed with the Iraq war, but hell, whether I disagreed with it or not, I was there. I deserve
Yes.
to have March 20th to myself.
Yes. War. I don't like war.
Well, I don't like war either. Just because I was in the army for 18 years doesn't mean I like war.
Yeah. Well.
I did it for everybody else. I didn't do it for
Is
myself.
good for absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Yeah.
However, you can't say that it was absolutely nothing because there hasn't been a terrorist attack on U.S. soil in the 20 years since. So,
Well, let's hope there's never going to be another one. But
you can't ever explain that to people who are absolutely anti-war.
we don't want another terrorist attack.
There is 1% of the population who does all the bad things so that 99% of the population can bitch about how we did our job. That's how I see it these days.
Uh-huh.
The 1% of the population who did the job so that 99% of the population can bitch about how we did our job. But you know what? You're still free to bitch about how we did our job. I will talk about that on the 20th because I know Iraq was a very unpopular war. But it drew all of the mujahideen away from Afghanistan and away from all the plans they had for attacking Europe and the United States. But I'm not supposed to talk about that. Guess what? My security clearance has expired and I am not beholden to the U.S. Army anymore. So I can talk about whatever I want to.
Yep.
But you don't have to believe it. You just have to believe that I was actually there on the ground, which 99% of the population was not. They wouldn't have a clue. Anyway, that's a whole different story, and that's for 2 months from now. So
yes.
I'm thinking we should do some kind of no, I'm not young anymore, so I can't do a 4-day stream. But the 4-day convoy going into Iraq was a story I should tell, and I'm trying to think of a movie that we could watch, for a 3 or 4 hour live stream with people there and talking about stuff on March 20th. I can't think of a good movie to watch. I can't think of a good TV show to watch either.
John Wayne had a good war movie. Can I remember it?
Yeah,
No.
Well, John Wayne did a whole lot of war
Green
movies.
Berets.
I watched the Green Berets recently, and I was like, "Yep, that sucked." But I wasn't a Green Beret. I was a quartermaster. It would be like, it would be like a gas station attendant trying to pretend that he was a refinery manager or something, you know? Like, okay, a
Yeah.
gas station attendant is not a refinery manager. Me,
Nope.
as a quartermaster in the Army, was not an infantryman or a Green Beret. Infantryman at the very least, Green Beret, come on. I'm not even sure I would go through qual course, let alone actually be a Green Beret. So I don't really want to watch a movie like that. But
No.
you know, what do you watch when you're one of the one of the enlisted persons who supported the infantry? What movie do you watch? Because nobody actually wants to watch support movies, do they?
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Well, anyway, we got 2 months to talk about it, Jedi Bill. Oh, by the way, I recruited you whether you wanted to or not. I guess I voluntold you that on March 20th you have to be a co-host because I'll probably get wasted.
Uh-huh.
Probably will, yes. So,
I cannot believe it's been 20 years.
Time goes fast when you're older.
I guess
That
it
that's
does,
that's
doesn't
that's
it?
the thing. That's the thing in life. Time is fleeting. Life is fleeting. Uh, Pain is constant. It's
That
here.
is true.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
goes. You know,
Yeah.
and that's not
Pain is
just the
constant.
physical
And
pain. There's
it's not
emotional pain
exactly.
too.
It's not just physical pain, it's mental pain as well.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, we've all gone through things in life. If you're middle aged and you haven't gone through things, then you've been a pampered baby your entire life and you don't deserve to have an opinion. Well, that's unfair. Apparently, pampered babies are allowed to have opinions too. I did
Yes,
defend their
they are.
rights to have opinions.
Uh, I'm hurting right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, my back. It's this chair. My
Ah,
sister got me a really nice recliner,
but
but
it's not quite the same as your old one, is it?
that's correct. And
Yeah.
my old one was my sister's
Hmm.
chair that's over at my other sister's house that used to be my mom's. My Nora sold it to Debbie,
Ah,
and
okay.
that's
Well,
so
I
that
don't like to use names, but we have a very small list of people actually watching right now, so that's all right. Uh, like when I talk about my brother having a stroke, like anybody who researches me will know who my brother is, but I choose not to say his name out loud.
yeah,
But again, that's YouTube. Well, it's not really YouTube protocol. You can basically talk about anything you want to as long as one of us doesn't violate whatever the terms and conditions are. But I try to keep real names out of the streams. But it's all right. It's you can say whatever you like.
well, they don't know the last name. So,
Hmm. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I'm sure nobody will even bother. But again, I just like to keep real names out of it. Like I'll say my brother or my sister or my next oldest brother or whatever instead of saying their name.
yeah.
Uh, but basically, because I never actually ask for permission to tell family stories. So, um, you know, if I do tell a story, I just keep it as neutral as possible.
Yeah. I hate when I have this much pain.
That's one of the nice things about not actually remembering the names of the soldiers I served with over those 2 decades. The nice thing about not remembering their names is that I don't have to ask their permission. I can just say, oh, yeah, my lieutenant on my 2nd deployment. Oh, yeah, my captain on my 3rd deployment. Oh, yeah, my, colonel on my 4th deployment. I could just say that, and it doesn't matter because I can't remember their name anyway. So, yeah, I don't have to get their permission. I just get to say, yeah, that guy or that woman. I actually got chastised once for gendering a soldier during one of my stories. I got chastised for that. Oh, it had to be a woman who did this, huh? No, it didn't have to be a woman. It just happened to be a woman who did it. I don't know why you're angry at me. Okay, yeah. She was a soldier. She had the same training I did. She did the stupid thing. She happened to be a she.
There you go.
What am I supposed to say? I can't non-binary people in my memory. They are who they are.
Yep. And some women are ridiculous, but what can I say?
Well, anyway, I guess we're all done for tonight. So thank you again, Jedi Bill and Nina Green, for helping me to come out here and talk about, walking on pins and needles every time I go to the grocery store or something. I appreciate you having an open and understanding ear.
Yes. Another thing is Mr. CCDB does not like to be hugged very much.
Yeah, I don't actually like to be touched at all, believe it or not.
Yeah, except he let me touch his hand like that.
Well, that's the thing is, if I know it's coming, it's fine. And if I'm in a public place and somebody comes up behind me, then I jump and freak out. But I jump and freak out every time somebody drops a load of dishes in a restaurant too. So that's not it's not a unique thing for someone who has severe PTSD. But it just is what it is, and not only that, the nerve condition, of course, the small fiber nerves on the surface skin. If somebody actually touches my arm, it actually hurts when somebody touches me. So I let people touch me that I know and I trust, and but if anybody else, I guess you'd call it a quirk, but I don't like to be touched at all. And so, yeah, you're right, and that is the small fiber nerve pain that is associated with multiple sclerosis. You just got to deal with it. I have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Imagine most people don't actually understand what that means.
Well, I know about pain, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's had some pain in their life.
Yeah.
Little children, they get a cut on their knee or something, and they go, "Ooh, I hurt my knee." Wah. Yep. I understand. I get that. There's nothing I can do about the pain you're feeling right now, but in a couple of days, that pain's going to go away.
Yep.
In a few weeks, that pain's going to go away.
Yep.
You're never going to know. Hopefully, you never know what it feels like to be in pain 24/7,
Yeah.
365. I hope you never have to feel that.
Yep. Just like we're doing now. So,
Yeah, major injuries and diseases and things like that. It's like, really? I'm sorry. Okay, you broke your arm. I get that. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt for a little while. It's gonna hurt for
yep.
about 6 or 8 weeks. And then you're gonna be fine.
Yep.
I've been dealing with this for 15 years. And it never gets better. It only gets worse.
Yep. There you
So,
go.
you know, it's you don't understand unless you scraped off the scar tissue and you keep reopening the wound. You don't know what it means to be in chronic pain. You
No.
really don't. You've never had to deal with chronic pain. You don't understand what it means. It is so incredibly difficult to describe to people. Like, jab yourself in the arm every day, every hour of every day. Jab yourself in the arm, not with a great big knife or anything. Just use a needle. Jab yourself in the arm every day for 3 or 4 years, and then you can tell me about chronic pain. Okay?
Yep. There you go.
Because that is the little square up there with the guy with the barbed wire on his back. That's a picture I picked at random at some point when we were doing the chronic pain every week.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's an accurate picture.
Yeah.
Every time you move, something hurts.
Yes.
Something hurts.
Yeah, and as you
every
get
single
older,
time you move.
you have arthritis. I think I have. I'm almost pretty sure I have arthritis in my hands because,
Oh,
you got
yeah.
yeah.
You may
my hands.
actually, because you type so much on your computer, you may have carpal tunnel. But again, that's also chronic pain. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm definitely not. Um, Look, anybody who has any kind of chronic pain in any joint or any major body part is it's all the same. It doesn't matter that it's all over my body. It doesn't matter that it's already gotten into my C-spine. It doesn't matter that I have lesions in my brain now. It doesn't matter what my pain is. My pain is something I've been dealing with for 15 years, or 2005, 6, what is it, 2023 now. 23 minus 6 is 18 years. Okay, I've been dealing with this for 18 years. And it doesn't matter that I've been dealing with it for 18 years. It doesn't matter that I was not able to run before I broke my ankle. It doesn't matter that I am currently in, like right now, right? My feet are crossed under my desk. If I tried to stand up right now, it would take me a very long time to actually stand up. It's a good thing I don't have to go to the bathroom.
Yes, it is. Yes.
But at the same time, because I've been dealing with my own chronic pain for a very long time, and I'm able to do stuff like my strength is still there, my stamina is what's failing me now, My strength is still there. Unfortunately, when I drop something, like you said earlier, Nina, you dropped a bag of frozen dog food on your foot.
Yeah.
Okay. When I drop something on my foot, I can't feel it.
I can. Very painful.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Yep. Very
Uh,
painful.
that is that's a dichotomy that a lot of people don't understand about chronic pain. Is you're always in pain, but
Yes.
you don't always feel it. I guess is the right way to say it, isn't it? Or maybe that's the wrong way to say it.
Yeah.
That is the wrong way to say it because I do always feel it, but
Yes.
like
Even when you're sleeping.
individual parts. If I dropped something on my toe while I wasn't wearing my boots, then maybe I would feel it and maybe I wouldn't. It
Yeah.
depends. I had a really deep cut on my big toe a few years
Ooh.
ago. And that was because I was wearing flip flops or sandals or whatever you call them. And I dropped a coffee cup and it shattered and it cut deep onto my toe. I mean, I
Oh.
literally had to have stitches. That's how deep the cut was. And I didn't even notice it. I didn't feel it. I didn't notice it until I saw the blood trailing behind me on the floor. So that's hmm.
That was my
How,
mic.
how do you describe the difference between always being in pain and not being able to feel a sharp pain?
I
I
don't
can't
know.
describe it. I can't. I mean, I tried, obviously, just now. I'm like, okay, yeah. My my legs from mid thigh down are literally crawling with ants right now. And they are all day, every day. It doesn't matter what I do and what I don't do. I can walk up to a mile. I got to push myself, though. I got to sit down every, you know, few minutes and sit down and relax for a little while and then get back up and start walking again. So, yeah, I can walk around a store. I can walk around the grocery store for an hour. But once I get home, it takes me about 3 hours to get all the groceries into the house.
Wow. So, yeah, I know. It's like I feel a little better when I clean my house. I sweep, I mop,
Yeah.
and my back feels a little better. But then after the next day, like today, I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I know that feeling too. Yeah.
And you gotta do it though,
Well,
or
you
else
got
it
to.
doesn't,
Yeah.
or else it doesn't get done.
Well, that's the thing is it's how do I put this? Every once in a while, I will go out for enjoyment, right?
There
Every
you
couple of
go.
weeks or so, I'll go out for enjoyment. Okay. And so there, I walked for 2 or 3 blocks and I went out and had myself a really good time. Um, but when you have to do grocery shopping or when you have to go to the hardware store or whatever the case may be, it's not like you can't just go to the mall anymore and walk around the mall and go into the shops and things.
No,
You can't do that anymore because that's way beyond your capability.
yeah,
So, I've never been a huge shopper or anything like that, but I used to go to amusement parks and just had fun all day long in amusement parks, right? Now
Yep.
I can't go to an amusement park unless somebody is pushing me around in a wheelchair all day. And that's not
Yeah.
fun for the person pushing me around. And it's not fun for me either. So
Well,
it's, I just don't do that stuff anymore.
yep.
That's the biggest hmm, that's the biggest drawback of the chronic pain is you just can't do what you used to do, what you used to enjoy, what you used to have fun doing.
That's correct. It's like I love dancing. Can I do it now? No. My knees won't let me do it.
I want to dance all night. I want to dance
Yes.
all night.
Yes, that's me. I love to dance.
Yeah.
I am a dancer. The cha-cha, the waltz, the tango, the rumba, all of those, and I just love to dance.
But again, it's chronic pain. You're
Yes.
in pain all the time. So in my case, I drink until the pain subsides. Unfortunately, it's gotten to the point where I have to drink so much that I'm losing time.
Yeah.
And so losing big chunks of time is not a good thing.
No, no, it's not.
I'm honestly hoping that the joint specialist I go to later on this week will actually agree and go, okay, yep, you need to stop drinking and start taking narcotics.
Yes. I hope that's what they say.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yes,
Doctors
I know.
doctors are not allowed to prescribe narcotics anymore. Not for
No, they're
people who
not.
are not for people who are in the Middle Ages like me. Like, yeah, you're way too young to need narcotics. I suspect that's probably what the diagnosis is going to be. So I'll just keep drinking.
They
Whatever.
never have. You see, doctor, I remember my grandfather. He was in a lot of pain, and it was because of cancer.
Yeah.
They told us it was because of arthritis, but yes, part of it was arthritis, but part of it was cancer.
Yes, Resolute Germ. Booze does work better. At least it works more consistently, I should say. But I can't drive if I've been drinking, so I can drive while I'm on narcotics, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that is weird. So, yeah,
And I understand where, especially the VA doctors are coming from. I totally understand why they're so dead set against uh, prescribing narcotics to veterans like myself. I totally get where they're coming from because, yes, in Iraq, we were prescribed a lot of things. Norco was like candy over in Iraq. I didn't actually get onto Percocet. I think I started on a very low dose of something, and I can't remember the name of it right now. But I didn't build up to Percocet until after my fourth deployment, and I was in uh, Fort Irwin, and so I was on Percocet for about a year. Well, 2 years, I think 2 years. Um, And then the VA said, "Okay, you're done," and they took me off of everything. They allowed me 30 whole days to come off of Percocet. Okay. And I was narcotics free and I was alcohol free. I was not tobacco free. I've been smoking for pretty consistently for a long time, but I was narcotics free and alcohol free for about a year and a half. And then I started drinking. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And I haven't stopped since. So,
No.
uh, alas, not saying I never took a drink. Obviously, I drank prior to um, prior to being taken off of Percocet. I did drink, just not a lot. Okay, like maybe a 6 pack on a weekend. That's what I drank, right? Of beer, not wine, not alcohol, not hard liquor or anything like that. Okay, maybe once in a while I'd have a shot of tequila just because it was a party time or somebody's birthday, and they were like, "Here, take a shot," and I was like, "Okay, I'll take a shot." But I was drinking like a 6 pack a weekend, not like now. You really don't want to know how much I drink. Don't ask.
I was going to, yes.
Don't ask.
Well, we'll see. I know how much wine you were drinking.
Yeah, and I'm off the wine. I'm back to beer and sometimes whiskey. So
Yeah.
actually,
No.
I'm cutting way back. Except Natty Daddy is a pretty strong beer. So
Uh, well, you see, I don't drink beer.
oh, that's right.
I
Gap After
did.
Dark. Those
I
who,
did that once.
yeah, you told me the story a few times. You can go ahead and say it. Gap After Dark. The people who abuse narcotics always hurt the people who really need it. I agree with you on that one.
Yes, that's true. Very true.
I mean, it's not like I don't have people I know. It's not like I don't know that I can go out and get the narcotics illegally, and I could pay cash for it and spend my money on the narcotics illegally. I shouldn't have to.
No, you shouldn't have to.
And
They should
I,
know what kind of pain you're in.
well, that's what I'm hoping for later on this week when I actually go see a,
Yes,
bone and joint specialist. We shall see.
yes, we shall see.
The day before is going to be even more fun because I have to get an MRI and 2 X-rays on the same day.
Oh,
Yay!
I had to have x rays about a month ago from the chiropractor. It's like stand up and stand there. It's like, this is killing my back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, X-rays
So,
aren't too bad. They'll show bone spurs and things like that. X-rays aren't too bad. They're
no,
kind of a pain to stand up against the wall or
yes,
lay down on the table or whatever the case may be. They're not that bad, although they
no,
are painful. The
The
MRI, though,
MRI, oh god,
I have to lay
an
perfectly still
hour.
for 20 minutes. Oh, and
Mine
it's
was
it's not even
almost,
it's not even my brain.
That's
It's my
very,
lower
very
spine
hard to
this
do.
time.
I remember when I was in the hospital back in 2021, and they wanted to do X-rays, and they wanted me to stay still on my side to to X-ray the hole in my leg, and I couldn't stand still. It hurt. It hurt being in there, and I'm waiting and
Yeah.
I'm waiting and I'm waiting to do what they need to do, and it's like I got the pain got to be so unbearable. I said I can't do this anymore. I can't sit in this position like this. It hurts too much.
More than water. Drink water. Take Motrin. You'll be fine. Thank you,
Yeah.
Resolute Germ. Thank you. That is a funny joke if you know where the joke originates from.
And I had an MRI and it took an hour, which seems like forever.
Oh, when they do all 3 portions of the spine and the brain at the same time, you're on that table for 2 to 2.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap. That is the worst experience you will ever have. If they ever want to x-ray your entire spine and your brain at the same time, not x-ray, MRI, ask them to put you out. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Have someone take you to the appointment and ask them to knock you the fuck out, because laying there for 2.5 hours as perfectly still as you can possibly lay, that is just that was the worst experience of my life.
I can imagine.
But
Being
hey,
in-
at least I got diagnosed with MS after that one.
There you go. But yeah, I can just imagine how that felt. Oh, 1 hour was too much, let alone 2.5 hours.
Yeah. I it was not an experience I want to go over again. Although, yeah, I'm gonna have to have all the extra or all the MRIs done again here pretty soon. They'll probably find something in my lower spine this time, since I'm having so much trouble walking.
Yeah.
But
You'll end up looking like this guy.
I don't know about that. That's some pretty good artwork, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just coloring it in.
Oh, Gap After Dark. Yes, absolutely. That had to be excruciating. I can't imagine
Oh,
having to
yes.
live like that, or having to lay still for 4 whole hours. Like, that is impossible.
It really is. I could not do it.
I mean, I basically fall asleep every time I go in for an MRI now, but
Well, that's good.
well, you have enough procedures and you just go, yep, been here, done that.
And that. Hmm.
I can do it again. Not a problem.
Yep.
But 4 hours is a long time. There's absolutely no way I
Yes.
could. I don't think I could do it.
No, I know I couldn't. I don't even want another MRI anymore. I know my back killed me after that MRI. I don't want another one. Thank you.
I understand that. I do. I totally understand it. Absolutely. Yeah. Unfortunately, I still need to go in for regular MRIs every 1 to 2 years. So,
Yeah,
like I said, this is just for my lower spine this time.
good.
So it should only take about a half hour on the table.
Yeah, something like that.
Once I go through the initial appointment with the gastro, I'll probably have to get another MRI, but that'll be for the abdominal area.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can find out what that lump on my chest wall is. Hopefully they'll figure that out this time.
Hopefully. Who knows?
Well, hey, I have to be honest with you. Getting back down to 190 pounds from 290 pounds, it was not worth going through all the pain, but at least I'm back down to my fighting weight.
Oh, that's good.
At least I'm back down to my fighting weight. Anyway, yeah, it's been a long time since I was 190 pounds, but you got to do what you got to do. And if it happens to be a mass on your belly that makes you lose the weight, well, at least you lost the weight. And the doctors
Yep.
are happy with all my numbers now.
Well, that's good.
Oh, 158, right on. I did not just take my glucose level while I was on the live stream. No, I didn't.
Oh, well.
158. Not bad since I only ate 2 hours ago. All right.
So it looks
I
like
believe
we
you
lost.
got a call.
No, that's my tablet.
All right.
It does that when
The StreamYard is pinned at the top. If anybody in the chat wants to come up and talk about chronic pain, you're obviously welcome to. Absolutely. If you don't want to, it's not a problem.
no.
We've been on for an hour and 15 or hour and 16 minutes. So we can call it a night tonight. Nina, what do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And thank you everyone for joining us. Resolute Germ especially and Gap After Dark. Fantastic comments, you guys. Wonderful having you guys in the chat. I really appreciate it. And we are going to say good night. Good night,
Good
Nina.
night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Good night, Mr. CCD.